Good evening everyone, welcome to Sociology Analytica. This is Pooja, Prasanna, your Sociology faculty. So today I'm going to discuss with the last question on work and economic life, that is, what is the take of Marxian and Durkheim's perspective of social organization of work in industrial society. See, the reason why I took this topic is because again we are coming back into the chapter 4. Okay, that is one thing. The second thing is they can ask this question from industrial society per se. They can also ask this question from labor per se. If you have seen in some years they have asked from Durkheim's on labor and Karl Marx on labor, like that also they can ask, or they can ask on Durkheim and Karl Marx on industrial society. Technically both would be same. Okay, for both you have to write on a similar context. Okay, so for this what you have to do is, as this is question on industrial labor, if it is a question on labor, little bit explain who are labor. Okay, if it is on industrial society, explain little bit about what is industrial society. Okay, so what is industrialization? It's an extensive organization of economy for the purpose of manufacturing. This you must be knowing. Okay, it was marked by specialization of work and mass production. Okay, that means, so first of all they are going for mass production and for the mass market, that we have seen in Taylorism and Fordism, and also it is also marked by specialization of work that we saw in assembly of line, isn't it? Line assembly, one person would be having one specialization, he would be only doing that particular work. Okay, so this is very important point you have to write, because Durkheim and Karl Marx both have studied on this particular point only, that is specialization of work. Next, industrialization is also part of wider modernization process whereby social change and economic development are closely related with technological innovation, that we have seen again in Taylorism and Fordism, isn't it? So a lot of different technologies are there, and every person would be having specialization to handle that particular technology. Okay, so this is about industrialization or industrial society. Now moving on to how Durkheim studied and how Karl Marx studied. This is basically a simple thing. What you have to do is you have to take the previous chapter, go to chapter 4 Durkheim, and then chapter 4 Karl Marx. So whatever they have studied, you have to just put down in this particular chapter. Okay, so Durkheim studies says that during industrialization, moral and material density will be extremely high. Okay, as moral and material density is high, so this leads to a competition between the people. And so what happens? So in order to solve this competition, so the easy solution to solve this particular competition among the people is specialization. Okay, specialization is one person specializing in a particular work. So what it says is that differentiation, this leads to differentiation, that is different people, different sections of people doing different work. So what he says is that differentiation is an easy solution for what? For the competition which arises because of moral and material density. Okay, did you understand? And this leads to organic solidarity. So this is what he talks about, organic solidarity. You have to talk about this, and please don't stop it here. What you can do is you can little bit talk about abnormality of division of labor also. That is, he talks about three abnormality: economic, inadequate organization and forced division of labor. So basically these three type of abnormal division of labor, it actually happens in industrial society itself. Okay, so please you write this abnormality also among within this, because it's a 20 marker question. Next, moving on to Karl Marx. Karl Marx says, see, because of here Durkheim says this specialization is good. Okay, because of specialization it is sort of creating solidarity, it is integrating the people. But then Karl Marx has a different opinion about specialization. What he says, see, increasing specialization, that is, you are doing only one work. Okay, whatever the work you are assigned, you have to do that work only throughout your life. This has led to poorer skill development. So you only have one skill, you don't have any other skill. Okay, and you may do that same work in 1 year, but if you have to do it again and again, you will lack enthusiasm. Okay, you will lose all the interest, so you lack all the enthusiasm. This will eventually leads to what? Alienation among the people or among the worker. This is what he says. Okay, and further what he says, he's also attacking the justification of the division of labor given by capitalists. What capitalists say? See, the hierarchy of different section is inevitable. Why it is inevitable? Or hierarchy of specialization is also inevitable. Why? Because of meritocracy. So someone is more merit, so he will have more specialization. Someone would be less merit, so he will have less specialization. Okay, so it is based on you that if you want to be at the top position, you have to be more merit. Okay, so this is a justification of labor given by capitalists, but then he is actually against this. He says that, so someone who is always made to work again and again the same thing, then automatically he will not have enough space to learn the new things. He will actually feel alienated. When you go to the space of alienated, you will not feel like doing anything else. Okay, so what he says, alienation is a good thing. Okay, alienation is a good thing which is there in the, which is going to happen in industrial society, because of alienation, all the workers will unite, and eventually it will lead to what? Eventually it will lead to revolution and changing to the new mode of society, and that is communist society. Okay, so this is what you have to write. See, I'm not explaining all these things in detail because this is already there in the previous chapter, but then this is also a part of this chapter. Okay, Durkheim, Karl Marx, Parsons, and all those people, they come again and again, so you have to remember them in detail. Okay, anyway, if you have any further queries, please drop your queries in the comment section. Tomorrow I'm going to come up with a new chapter, that is paper 2 chapter. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.